everybody. Welcome to the Quick and Carry Kitchen. I'm Kristen Madrine, and I want to greet all of you that are joining us live. We're a couple minutes late because in the live show world, sometimes Facebook doesn't work exactly the way you want it to. So I hope you've been patient and can see us this morning. Comment down below if you're with us today. You commenters are the people that win certain things each week. If you've joined us before, we are glad you are back. If you're a new viewer, welcome to the Quick and Carry Kitchen. Today is Polenta Day, and I have some polenta already made in this Instant Pot, and I have some water already heating in this Instant Pot. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about the wonderful comfort food that is polenta. So for those of you who are here, make sure that you comment down below, and we want to hear how you feel about your Instant Pot. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you not sure yet? I think most people are going to put a little red heart. Just like for Valentine's Day, which is coming up. Is your Instant Pot your Valentine? Answer that down below, and two of you today will get 50% off coupons to purchase one of our Quick and Carry bags for your Instant Pot. I'm sitting next to the beautiful 8-quart today. It is a giant container for your Instant Pot, and all of the accessories that you could possibly need will fit in this bag with your pot. The 8-quart bags will be back on Amazon in less than 2 weeks now. We anticipate them by around the 15th of February, so maybe for Valentine's Day you can get the 8 and the 3s. The 6s are always there. So let's talk a little bit about polenta. Polenta is a traditional cornmeal based comfort food that's made in lots of different countries in different ways. But if you've ever tried to make polenta, you know that it's kind of a gloppy mess, and you can get splattered with hot cornmeal if you make it on the stove. It's one of those things that you can't walk away from if you're making it. Well, now that there's an Instant Pot, you just put the stuff in the Instant Pot and you are good to go. I find it remarkable and revolutionary to be able to make polenta so easily. Polenta is a blank canvas for you to paint upon. You can have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or dessert. On yesterday's blog at the Quick and Carry Kitchen at quickandcarry.com, look for the heading The Kitchen. And on yesterday's blog, I talked a little bit about a restaurant, a very fine restaurant that I used to manage back in the day, and we used to serve a polenta with a hunter sauce, which is a French, a deep brown gravy with mushrooms and sometimes with meat, sometimes not. And we would serve at our very fancy restaurant our polenta with hunter sauce, and some nights it was the biggest seller. Even people that were not vegetarian would choose to eat it because it was delicious, and we were known far and wide for our polenta. And that's one of the reasons why I was excited when I found out you could make this so easily. I want to give a shout out to Carla Lally Music from Bon Appetit magazine, who is the food editor at Bon Appetit, and she does a wonderful podcast each week with Adam Rappaport, and they've talked a lot about how much they love their Instant Pot and how much she loves to make her recipe in an Instant Pot for polenta. So I wrote to her this week and I got her recipe back. So thank you to Carla Music, and I'm going to be basing everything that I do here off the recipe from Bon Appetit magazine. So in the Instant Pot right here, I have 4 cups of water simmering. And to that, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to just drop that in to the boiling. I've got it on saute to bring it up to a boiling temperature. And then I'm going to take a teaspoon of salt and pour that in. And then I'm just going to crack some pepper right into the pot. Be very generous with it. Because let's face it, cornmeal needs a little bit of love to really end up tasting like anything. So then here's the secret. You've got your whisk in one hand and a cup of polenta in the other hand. And you're going to just start very slowly whisking, going in one direction so that you kind of keep it from lumping. And you're just going to slowly add it in a stream. And just whisk around and whisk around and whisk around. There you go. And it's going to look very liquidy while it's in process. That is all you have to do to keep it from being lumpy. And then turn your Instant Pot off so that the saute function is off. And then you're going to put your lid on, lock and seal your lid, and you're going to put manual or pressure cook for 9 minutes. And I'm not going to go through that right now, but you all know how to do that, or if you don't, leave me a comment or a question down below, and we'll see to it that you do know how to operate your Instant Pot. So like I said, you're going to put the lid on, put manual pressure cook for 9 minutes, and now you can just walk away and leave it alone. When you come back, you can leave it for natural pressure release for about 5 minutes, and then very gently open the rest of the undo your toggle and let the pressure out. If you get too much coming out, if it's frothing, you need to let it natural pressure release for a couple more minutes, and then you can take off your lid like that. And I got to get a little spot ready. While I'm doing this, let's talk a little bit about the polenta itself. When you go to a store, you can buy cornmeal in bulk, or you can buy something like a Bob's Red Mill. This is Bob's whole grain, 100% whole grain cornmeal in a medium grind, and that's perfect. You can find these on sale in many different stores. So this is a very economical meal for your family. So I'm going to set that aside. Oh, hello, Mary. I'm glad that you've joined us. Diane says that she loves polenta. Linda Bragg, a friend of the show. Hi, Linda. Glad to see you with us today. Make sure you all comment down below for your chance to win. So I have a buttered pie tin here. And I decided that for this first pie tin of polenta, I would make this a cheesy one. And so I'm going to just stir about a half a cup of either Parmesan or Romano cheese into the done polenta in this pot. And I'm just going to stir that around, get it nice and stirred. And then once again, grabbing my little mitt here, I'm going to take the liner out of the Instant Pot and make sure that I've got all my polenta stirred in. There we go. Now watch, it's just going to be a nice liquidy stream. And one of the things that you have to keep in mind is if you pour it into a pan like this, it'll start to gel up and firm up pretty quickly. So get it all into the pot and then just spread it around and even it out. And I'm going to show you the mess. Look at the bottom of your pot. It looks like it's burned to the bottom, but it hasn't. And all you need to do is scrape it off and put it in your sink. And if it all doesn't come off, just soak for a few minutes. You can put a little white vinegar in there, or you can just leave it overnight. That's what I did last night at home, and it all came right off quite easily in the morning. So there was no problem there. So now I have my polenta, and it's going to firm up. It takes about an hour. If you just leave it sit out on your counter, it'll firm up, and then you can refrigerate it and it'll get very firm. And then I hope you can see on the table with me here today, I have polenta made as a breakfast, and you can cut it into triangles, put a little butter or olive oil in a pan, and saute the polenta on both sides. And it makes a lovely breakfast with butter and syrup. That's one very nice use for polenta. If you want to use it for a lunch or dinner, polenta is great under a red sauce, like any kind of a tomato sauce, like a Bolognese sauce. Your favorite chili is delicious over polenta because it's just like a cornbread pudding. You can make desserts with it. On yesterday's blog, I included a bunch of links to ideas so that you would have some great ideas on how to use polenta and to feed your family with this very economical lunch or dinner. Or there are even desserts that you can make with polenta. So this could not be any simpler, and it's a wonderful comfort food for these winter months. So one of the other things I wanted to mention is that if you are eating vegan, you don't have to use butter. You can just use olive oil. And again, this can be adapted to any diet really that you are eating. And you can't mess this up. So for those people who are a little nervous about using their Instant Pots, polenta is a wonderful place to begin because you can't do it wrong. I tried to do it wrong last night at home. I didn't do the fancy stirring in. I dumped it all in the pot, put it on for 10 minutes, walked away, and it came out perfectly. So you don't even have to fuss with it. It's just a great Instant Pot recipe. So Lindsay is here today. Oh, hi, Lindsay. How are you? Bill is here with us today. Great. Remember, comment, do you love your Instant Pot? Is your Instant Pot your Valentine? 2 of you will win a coupon for 50% off one of our bags today. I thought there was one other thing I wanted to say to you about polenta. Oh, I wanted to explain the hunter sauce. So if you wanted to do something fancy for your family or your loved one for Valentine's Day, you can, once the polenta is cooled, you can take any large cookie cutter and cut it out into hearts or triangles, whatever you want, which does make it a fun food for your family. And we used to serve this with hunter sauce, which not everyone is familiar, but it's a French demi-glace kind of food, and it is excuse me, my sister is watching today. Hi, Sarah, glad you're with me today. And my sister said that she thinks that she would do it wrong. No, sis, you can't. There is no way to mess up a pot of polenta. It's that simple. So with a hunter sauce, you usually saute mushrooms, maybe some carrots and onions, and just get it really nice and brown. Add some broth, make a little brown gravy, and that's a traditional French way of serving polenta, and that's how we served it at the Story Inn in Brown County, Indiana, where it was so popular. So we will have the recipe is on our blog for you. That's at quickandcarry.com, and that link, my producer Kristen will put that in the notes down below. And one thing I want to tell you about the recipes over at our blog, we put the recipes first. So if you want to read the little stories that we put with them and the instructions and everything, little ideas for serving, that's all down below. But when you go to our blog, the recipe is first and it's printable. And that way, if you're in a hurry, you can just get the recipe and you're good to go. So, any other questions? Diane says that she loves her Instant Pot. She has she has yogurt in her mini, and she has stuff to make honey garlic chicken later. You are a true Instant Potter. Don't you agree that once you've used your Instant Pot like 5 or 6 times, you're an expert? You just have to get it out of the box and use it a couple of times, and you're good to go. As soon as you understand how it works, you can make all of the recipes that are out there on the web. And what are we up to now? 5 billion recipes for Instant Pot now? It's amazing, isn't it? I love it because this makes my world go round, this little pot here. I call it my magic pot. So it is kind of like my Valentine. I've certainly learned to appreciate having an Instant Pot. Oh, and Diane is going to make minestrone tomorrow. So your Instant Pot is very busy. Oh, we have some requests. Kathy would like to have some Mexican or Spanish rice. Kathy, I will look at that for you, and that would be a great recipe to do for our show. And remember, you're commenting down below for a chance to win today. Darby, welcome to the show. Glad that you're there. Much love to the Quick and Carry gang. Feed them up right. I wonder who's going to eat the polenta for lunch today. Remember, we love to make food here in the Quick and Carry kitchen and then share it, because isn't that what it's all about? So our recipe for Instant Pot polenta is over on our blog. Make sure that you comment, share. Maybe there's somebody that you know that got an Instant Pot for Christmas and it's still sitting in the box somewhere. This is a great recipe. Share with that person in your life so that they know this is a great place to start with a recipe that you can use for breakfast, for lunch, or for dinner. It's so versatile and it's so easy. You cannot mess up polenta. Okay, we have our 2 winners for today. I want to say congratulations to, is it Lindy or Lindsay? Lindy Broomhead and Mary Parks Metch are our winners. I hope I got your names right, ladies. It is Lindsay. So Lindsay Broomhead and Mary Parks Metch are our winners for today. And we are so glad that you joined us. Congratulations. We will get in touch with you after the show is over today and send you a coupon for 50% off one of our bags. Be sure to come back next week. We'll be here at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time with another little demo of the way that you can use an Instant Pot to make your life in the kitchen much easier. Thanks for tuning in for Polenta Day here at the Quick and Carry Kitchen. And as always, like Julia Child used to say, bon appetit.